you're watching Avenue X, where a junkie and good storytelling shares their thoughts, knowledge, and occasional weird ideas on stories and how they're told. This is what I call a combination video, where I basically tie up all the dramas that I've ditched so far in 2018. I got a lot of people leaving comments and asking me, when are you gonna do a final review of a certain drama that you talked about previously? And I always feel super guilty for not following up on certain dramas. So I took some time and went through my playlist since early this year, so beginning of 2018, and I looked at all the dramas that I've actually made videos about, whether it's first impression or kind of like halfway review, and then just didn't talk about anymore. And I realized, wow, there are so many of them. You probably already know, because I haven't finished watching those dramas. That means I lost interest somewhere along the line. So it probably is not gonna be a very happy review for all the dramas that I'm going to talk about. If you happen to be a fan of those, please don't feel offended. And those dramas are... So, first one on the list, 烈火如歌 Flame's Daughter, led by Dili Raba and Zhou Yuming. I didn't watch the whole drama. I kind of stopped after I did the first impression, but I did actually take a peek at the ending. As I've said in my first impression, this is not really high quality production. It has a lot of things that bugs me, such as its camera work. I mean, if you look at the drama, almost 70% of the shots are actually not leveled, with the camera not leveled. So you can see the person in foreground and the background is always tilted in some way. I'm pretty sure it's an intentional decision. Otherwise, you wouldn't have that many shots that are completely just weird. But I don't understand why people would do that to their dramas. So it's visually very, very uncomfortable for me to watch. That's one side of the things. The story is nothing new. The acting is lackluster. I don't feel a connection between the main leads. And then just this is such a typical story based on a novel that was popular many years ago, but now it kind of gone out of trend. And as I would call it, it's the type of story that lacks perception of human condition, and it understands human relationship on a very superficial level, which doesn't move me. So I quit Flame's Daughter. Second drama, 人生若如初相见 Sea Jin Fog. I know a lot of people waited for this drama for a long time. And I have to say, some of the actings of some of the actors in this drama is actually really impressive and good. But the biggest problem I have with it is so draggy. It shouldn't be that long. If they cut 20 episodes of that drama, it will be a much better story. I think this is an epidemic disease situation in Chinese drama land these days. Because if you don't know, actually Chinese dramas are sold by episodes. Per episode, how much money you sell the copyright either to satellite TV stations, to web sort of platforms. So everybody has the incentive to make it as long as possible, which basically doesn't treat audiences' lifetime with any respect. And it destroys story structure and pacing. I hate that. I really, really hate that. I think it's so wrong. I miss the days when dramas are only like 12 episodes long. I do hope someday this situation can be remediated. Otherwise, my life is going to be so difficult reviewing Chinese drama. My workload. Third, Dugu, Legend of Dugu. I didn't give a very good first impression kind of review to this drama, you probably know, just because it talks about real historical figures who have achieved incredible things in real historical time, but then you look at their portrayal of the characters in the drama. I know it's entertainment, but it's so far-fetched from reality, and the people are just so politically inexperienced, acting in such naive and rushed, just unthoughtful way. It just makes it so dio, okay? Which means low and naive or childlike. I think it's an insult on audience's intelligence, so didn't continue watching that drama. The fourth one, 三国机密 A Secret of Three Kingdoms. I feel minutely, actually a little bit, guilty about not carrying through this drama, because I think, comparing to the previous dramas, this is a higher quality drama. It is relatively a good story, but again, it has a problem of too draggy. I think they should cut off about 15 episodes. It will be much better. I think all in all, it's a good production, high quality, good actress, good actor. I feel they really do want to tell a good story. It's just, again, draggy, unnecessarily at places. and too much back and forth that's trying to fill in the whole thing. That made me lose interest. The fifth one, 南方有乔木, Only Side by Side with You. I don't remember the English title. It's weird translation. Yeah, that drama is so... It doesn't have interesting plot. It doesn't have interesting characters. There's no chemistry. It's weird. And it has that really strong sense of the male lead actor trying to show off. I know Chen Weiting is actually, William Chan is actually not a bad actor. When he's put into a really challenging role as a proper actor role, he can do it. But he keeps getting roles these days just to show off his really good body form and being cool. Yeah, it gets old. And then the story itself is not interesting, so I quit watching that drama too. Sixth one, 泡沫之夏, Summer's Desire. I think it's pretty straightforward. It's the same writer who wrote Flame's Daughter. Again, it's one of those old stories that was popular about 10 years ago maybe. Now it's kind of gone out of fashion, and again, it's really naive in terms of how it perceives people's relationships and love and hate and whatever, and filled with tropes. And I hated the color grading of this drama. It's so low contrast. I feel my eyes are going to go blind and can't see any detail. This is really cheap aesthetics in my opinion, and unfortunately it's everywhere in Asian drama land, not just in China, but because China produces way too much drama every year, you see a lot of those kind of work. So I didn't continue watching Summer's Desire. The seventh one, Fuyao, Legend of Fuyao. I think before it came out, a lot of people hoped it could be this year's 10 Miles of Peach Blossoms, but actually right before it came out, I had a feeling that it's not gonna be. And I'm pretty sure I'm correct. I think in most of viewers' opinion, this drama still gets quite a lot of view in China. It's not like less than 10 Miles Peach Blossoms, but in terms of its impact, how active its posts or people's reaction are on internet, it's so much less than last year's 10 Miles. I think one reason is, again, too long, 66 episodes, and so much of it is filler. Then the main chemistry between the two main leads is not as strong as what you see last year between Mark Zhao and Yang Mi. Rant Jintian is a good actor, but I think for his role, Wu Ji, in this drama, it's partially due to the script. It's not so well written, and also it's just too scattered. In terms of his characterization, the energy of the whole story, pacing, telling. I love Rant Jintian as a film actor. I really think he looks better on big screen. And I know a lot of actors these days, they go into TV for money because there's so much more money to earn in the TV land than film. But all in all, this drama is not bad. It's just not interesting because the story is, again, so familiar and unreasonably haloed for the main character, for Fuyao, for Yang Mi's character, and for all the reasons that I've talked about, such as big female roles, such as you're not allowed to age, that type of thing. I just grow so tired of this type of storytelling, so I didn't continue watching, I think, past about episode 40. I did go back to see the last 2 episodes, and I think it ended in such a rush way. It literally ties up everything in the last episode, like halfway. No, that is really bad for 66 episodes drama. It's almost like, huh? And then it ends. Like you don't even have time to react. Then the 8th one is Sweet Dreams, 1001夜, or 1001 Nights, like depending on how you want to translate this, with Donglun and Diliraba. I love the CGI of the dragon. That's the only thing I really love about this drama. Probably some of the dreams that are just hilarious. I like that. But I think the premise is really interesting, that you have 2 characters who can enter each other's dreams and do crazy things that they can't do in real life. If they could actually spend more time trying to squeeze all the potential interesting plot that they can get out of this setup, it will be much more interesting. But unfortunately, this drama starts to slip in traditional romantic urban setting contemporary young people's love story drama that again shows you everything that you've seen already a gazillion times, and it's too long. I don't see a spark between the 2 leads that convinced me that they are meant for each other, so I lost interest in this drama too. The last one that most recently that I've watched, did first impression and didn't continue watching, is none other than Meteor Garden. Reason being, the story is too familiar. I know exactly what's gonna happen, and I think the young actors are not bad, but they haven't really delivered anything refreshing or new that I haven't seen before that would actually hook me and continue watching it. So far, when I look at those dramas that I've quitted, and what has happened from January to now in 2018, you can see this trend of some type of story structures that used to be really popular, that used to earn audienceship, money, used to blow up and become iconic works, are now really receding and going out of fashion. I think in general that's a good thing, because when you look at those story structures, such as the sort of Meteor Garden story structure or the big female kind of story structure, it really is very superficial in terms of how it looks at people, at human. Obviously, this type of content still have their place in the big entertainment business, and sometimes you do want to watch these things that you don't have to, like react that strongly or spend too much of your time and brain thinking about it. But I think it's a good thing that it's going out of trend, because we are going to see hopefully more diverse stories, more interesting angles, probably more edgy and more challenging storytellings. Although within China, under the current political censorship and also capital's influence of the whole entertainment business, maybe things are not going to get better. We don't know. It is so hard to predict what's going to happen in the future. But I do hope internet, web dramas that come from different origins than what they used to, can gradually become more prominent in the entire industry, and then bring people better stories, more interesting things to look at. So from beginning of this year to now, middle of August, I would say there are 5 dramas that have captured me. If you count Nivarna in Fire 2 as one, although it's really 2017 drama, that's one. Guardian, obviously, as if you're following my channel, you should have known. And then I would say Imagine Me Without You, the small drama that I talked about. It's really impressive. And Suddenly This Summer, I also recently reviewed. I really love that drama. And then another Japanese drama, Unnatural. This half year, I really didn't have time to watch any Western, like US, UK drama, because I was just absolutely swamped by Chinese drama and the reviews I have to do. But I'm really happy Lucifer got picked up by Netflix. It's one of those US shows I still follow these days, because I caught its first episode when it aired on TV by accident, and then I fell in love with Tom Ellis's British bantering. And that's why I keep watching this drama, just for all the jokes and all the punchlines that you see in every episode that are just ridiculously fun. Hopefully the last third of 2018 would deliver at least another surprise that will make the rest of the year interesting. Also, that crazy edits I talked about in my previous video, it's still growing like cancer on Bilibili. So I was completely shocked, but I'm so happy. I think when you really feel something and you create something, people will recognize the genuine sort of love and emotion. So I really want to create another video that I consider to be really great work. And I need inspiration from good dramas to deliver me that, to give me that motivation to edit a video for 60 hours and crash my computers multiple times and learn new softwares from scratch. That's the end of this weird final review combination video of all the dramas that I've ditched in the garbage bin so far in 2018. Thank you for watching Avenue X. I'll see you in my next video. Meanwhile, live long and happy drama watching.